Hello. Good morning. We're out here along the LA River. Hello everyone. Thanks for joining on this beautiful morning. Behind me is the LA River. It's such a beautiful day out today. The birds are singing. The water level is actually really high right now. It's really gorgeous. Just kind of taking it all in right now. I was actually going to go further upstream this morning. And if you're familiar with the area, I was going to go in front of Spoke Cafe because that has a nice little river beach is what we like to call it. You can really go down. There's lots of rocks. It's easy access point. But they're actually cutting down some trees right now in the LA River, which is really unfortunate. They're cutting down some willows, which are native trees in this area, provide a lot of habitat. We're still kind of in nesting season. Some birds are doing their second round of nesting. Sometimes they do that after the first round. They'll sometimes do a second round. So it's really unfortunate that we're seeing that they're cutting down some trees. It's not as big as the last time we saw them cutting the trees down, but still really unfortunate that they're doing that. Always in support of removing some of the non-natives, which actually you can see here. That's arundo. That's a non-native plant that can be found along the LA River and basically all throughout LA. It kind of looks like bamboo or corn. Actually, there's even more here. Removing that is good because it doesn't provide a lot of services for the ecosystem. But big mature trees like the willows just provide so many resources. So it's really unfortunate to see that they're cutting down some of the willows right now. But it's okay. We found another spot. It's still really beautiful. The birds are still thriving. I'm hearing some song sparrows already. I heard a red winged blackbird. So lots of activity happening. And of course, we're gonna start off with a poem to kind of set the scene. Oh, wait, we've got a cormorant. There it goes. Just flew by. That one was for you, Marissa. Couldn't miss the cormorant. But I'll start off with a poem, and the poet that I chose today is Joy Harjo, and she is the first Native American U.S. poet laureate. So she has a lot of beautiful poems, and I selected Eagle Poem to keep along with the theme of birds. But I'm going to try to put the phone down so you can just have a nice view of the river here. Let's see if we can. That looks nice. All right. So, Eagle Poem. To pray, you open your whole self, to sky, to earth, to sun, to moon, to one whole voice that is you. And know there is more that you can't see, can't hear, can't know except in moments, steadily growing, and in languages that aren't always sound, but others, circles of motion. Like eagle that Sunday morning, over Salt River, circled in blue sky, in wind, swept our hearts clean with sacred wings. We see you, see ourselves, and know that we must take the utmost care and kindness in all things. Breathe in, knowing we are made of all this, and breathe, knowing we are truly blessed because we were born and die soon within a circle of motion. like eagle rounding out the morning inside us, we pray that it will be done in beauty, in beauty. So that again was titled Eagle Poem. I think that's a really beautiful poem, knowing that we are part of nature, nature is part of us, and we need to show the utmost respect, care, and kindness for it, because taking care of nature is taking care of ourselves, and finding beauty in nature is finding beauty within. So I just wanted to share that poem for today. But we'll start walking and see what kind of feathered friends we find this morning. And this weekend marks Memorial Day weekend, but it also marks the opening of the recreation season, which is really exciting. So that means that now you can go down into the river, kind of like what I'm doing right now, and do some recreation. Except this year, there's one change. Unfortunately, there won't be any kayaking happening in the river for this rec season. And that goes for really anyone. That's for the outfitters who do it as a business, as well as individuals who just kind of own their own kayak and want to go out. It also applies to them. It's mainly for the safety of the rangers, so that they don't have to break the 6 feet social distancing. And so that's why the kayaking won't be happening this season, but there's still so much that you can do along the river, like bird watching, for example, and you can still go fishing. They're just trying to minimize the amount of activity happening within the channel so that they don't have to conduct any rescues. We have some mallards here, and there was actually a family that I'm trying to track, but they're moving so fast, and now the brush is getting a bit thicker here. But I want to find the little family because they're so cute. I do have Canada goose over there. Zoom in here. You can see it. Yeah, it is really beautiful. Super nice out, so sunny, blue skies. It was a little cloudy this morning, but it's really cleared up. Oh, wow, lots of house sparrows behind me singing in the trees. Oh, and here you can see that little black dot kind of flying through. That is a black phoebe. So it's having its breakfast right now, trying to catch some flies so that it can get strong and healthy and keep thriving. Yeah, a really great goose life. Wow, it is just really, really beautiful this morning out here. Taking it all in. All of the plants now are really green and blooming, and the water level is also pretty high, which I think is for a couple reasons. One, the snow melt is increasing the water level, as well as I believe there are a couple dams that they've kind of created because of the construction of the bridges. which also might be messing with the level of the water. Where am I? Let's see. I'm actually right in front of La Colombe coffee shop. I started way further down, so now I need to orient myself to figure out where I am right now. That's the beauty of the river, is that you can kind of just get lost down here, not even realize that you're in a major city in between two major freeways. All right, now I need to figure out how to get to the other side. Whew. This is really going on an adventure this morning. It's also just a little unfortunate that there's a lot of trash down here. Because of COVID, we had to cancel our Great LA River cleanup. And it's really unfortunate because we actually make such a huge impact. You can just see here just all the major trash that's being left in the river. And we're actually able to remove so much of this. So we can get up to 10,000 people to come out and help clean the river. And this year, unfortunately, or this spring, we weren't able to do it, but hopefully we're able to figure out a way to have it in October, figure out a way to get folks out here so we can clean the river. Healthy rivers, good for animals, plants, people. There is a red-winged blackbird right there. I can try to bring a picture up so that you can get... Oh, it has the craziest sound. Let's try to get closer. It sounds like computer noises or something. Oh, there it goes. You can really see the red wing as it flies. Let's see if we can get a little closer. Let me zoom out. Right there. It's the red-winged blackbird. You do normally find them in this area. They like to nest here. There it goes. Let me try to pull up a picture. Yeah, I think it could be nesting here. I know last year they were nesting down here. So I'm just assuming that they'll probably do it this year. So that kind of hard to see this photo, but you can kind of see the faint redness on the wing, hence the name Red-Winged Blackbird. Sometimes the names are nice and easy like that. Make it easy to remember and helps you identify the bird. But the females look very different. And I had mentioned before that Audubon Society has this really cool series called I Saw Bird. And this episode that was on Wednesday, they were talking about the differences between females and males, and how it's kind of skewed our data a little bit because lots of people, whoa. What was that? There's the red-winged blackbird again. Ooh, I heard something big jump behind. I also see, there's just like the vegetation is so huge. and so tall that it's hard to see. But it's great. Creates a lot of great habitat. But yeah, so females usually are considered a little bit more dull in their color. And they sometimes a little bit harder to identify them because they don't have these distinct characteristics. Like, for example, the Red Wing Blackbird, the females don't have that, aren't all black and have that red wing. They're more like stripy. Oh, you can see the red wing. Wow, I don't know if that's the same one or a different one. There's the Red Wing Blackbird again. Oh, maybe you can actually see the red this time. Again, they make the craziest sounds. I always trip out with their sounds. Maybe I can get closer. Hear that? It's like dun, 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 dun. Almost like a electric keyboard or something. So crazy. Oh my gosh, there are so many red-winged blackbirds. There are two flying right over there. Look, oh, and now the friend is joining them. Whoa. Yeah, like an old Windows computer, exactly. Wow, so many red-winged blackbirds. I really have never seen so many of them before. It's usually just like one that hangs out and has the female around. But there are so many. Where'd it go? Wow. Just like take all this in. Wow. Really beautiful. Really, really gorgeous. So you'll be able to come down here starting on Monday. The rec season will officially be open. And this section of the river is really special because we have a soft bottom here, which means that the bottom of the channel doesn't have any concrete. And this allows for vegetation to establish here, and be able to create lots of habitat for all of these different species to thrive. And the reason why we don't have concrete here is not because they decided to be nice and keep some of the sections a little bit more natural than the others. Mother Nature said, no, not happening here, because the water table is so high that when they tried to put the concrete here, it just kept breaking. So they kind of just allowed for this section to have what we call a soft bottom, which we are completely in favor for. And this section in particular, FoLAR and others are really advocating. I think that's a female red-winged blackbird. See how different it looks? It's like really streaky. I think that's a female red-winged blackbird. If anyone else knows, please chime in. Again, females can be much harder to identify. which is why some of the data gets skewed, because you start identifying more males than females just because of how easy it is. I feel like I'm a little bit of a sexist sometimes when I'm birding, because the males usually have more vibrant colors. And what we got here? So yeah, a lot of data has been skewed because of that. And even when we're thinking about restoring habitat, maybe some females actually use habitat of lower elevation compared to the males. So when you're looking at restoration, because they're only studying the males, they'll start restoration at a certain elevation level, but actually they needed to do the restoration a little bit lower to help accommodate for the females as well. So really crazy stuff on how the different feathers and colors have kind of skewed things, because it's sometimes easier to identify the male as opposed to the female, which is just, females just can't get a break sometimes. What do we have? There's a bird up there. Let me get my binoculars. Oh, so lots of like house sparrows and house finches up in these trees. Wow, there's actually a lot. I don't think you'll be able to see them, but there are a lot up there. Oh, and there they go, flying. Nice. We've started showcasing local businesses, because, you know, lots of local businesses right now are having a hard time, like lots of folks are. And so we want to help elevate some of the local businesses that have supported us, that support the river, that support the river community. And next week we're going to be showcasing Frogtown Brewery. If you've ever joined us for Bats and Brews, or some of our holiday parties, that's normally where we host some of those events. They have been great partners of ours. They brew really delicious and tasty beer. And they are providing a discount code. So if you order online from their shop, you can do pickup, or they do delivery within a certain, if you live within a certain mileage of the brewery, they'll be able to give you a 10% discount if you use FoLAR 10. So FoLAR 10. It's another Red Wing Blackbird. This is crazy. So again, if you want 10% off at Frogtown Brewery, you can go on their website, and when you order and you're checking out, you can type in FoLAR 10. Where is this? Let's see, where am I now? I started somewhere close to La Colombe coffee shop. I'm in the Glendale Narrows, entered from Elysian Valley, right along the river path here. In front of me is the bow tie parcel. One of our great partners, Clock Shop, does really great installations. You can actually see one of them here, where you can go and sit and have a lovely view of the river. And that park is really supposed to start being activated with coming up with some designs for the area, and really trying to get that project moving. I think during COVID, we really realized how important our parks are, so that people can go outside. A lot of folks live in apartments and don't have the luxury of a backyard. So parks really provide that need. for a healthy lifestyle, both physically, mentally, spiritually. So we hope that we learn from this crisis and realize that parks and open space are really important, and that we should be investing in them, because they just provide so many benefits, like providing local job opportunities, mitigating for the climate crisis, and so many other things. So hopefully we'll be seeing some good things moving forward in this area, creating more open space and healthy environments. All right, I think that will be all for today. It's a beautiful day out along the river. Starting Monday, the recreation season will begin. Unfortunately, there will be no kayaking, but you can still come out and enjoy the river, take a walk, do some bird watching, do some fishing, and just take all of this in. You all enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, and we'll be seeing you next week with another great lineup of fun virtual programs. All right, see you all soon.